Well, welcome to the Face of Grand Prairie podcast.
Hello, it's great to be here.
Hello.
Thank y'all for being here. Well, let's go around, and I want to all of you to just introduce yourself real quickly, and then we will talk about why y'all are here. But Diana, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Diana Glenn, and I'm here with Jenna and my son Trevor and Christian.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. My name is Christian Perry. I'm 17 years old, and I recently graduated from Dubiski Career High School. And one of the things that I've been doing for the past 3 years is Robotics, Urban Search and Rescue, which we're going to be talking about today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm Trevor Glenn. I'm the builder of the robot. I've recently graduated, and I'm also 18.
From Dubiski. And y'all are the very first students to be on the GPISD channel of the Face of Grand Prairie Media. So I'm so glad y'all are here. And one of the main reasons why I started this channel is exactly for this reason, because we have so many amazing students that are doing so many great things at GPISD, and y'all are one of them. And y'all had a PR person, Stephanie, that she's one of my neighbors, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you've got to talk to these kids. You've got to have them on." And so I'm so glad that y'all are here. So kind of tell me a little bit about what it is y'all are here to talk about today.
All right, so yeah, I can dive into that. So this summer, me and Trevor, we competed in the National Leadership and Skills Conference with an organization called SkillsUSA in the Robotics Urban Search and Rescue competition. Now, SkillsUSA is a national organization that has about 300,000 plus members, and basically what their mission is to prepare young students to enter the workforce. So SkillsUSA hosts a wide variety of competitions across different industries, such as like baking, aviation, healthcare, and even engineering. So me and Trevor, we competed in engineering competition, robotics, urban search to be exact.
So SkillsUSA is really a broad. It's a lot of broad. And how long is it all in one like summer, or do you compete over the school year? Like, how does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, competition starts in February, and it'll go into nationals into the summer.
I feel like the students in the media pathway competed in the SkillsUSA for journalism. Does that make sense? Does that sound familiar?
Yes, we do have a media pathway at Dubiski, and I believe they competed in like either some sort of audio or podcast
broadcast
production,
or something yeah,
like that.
So
yes.
y'all are not the only team that competed in SkillsUSA from even Dubiski, but GPISD in general.
Right. Across, for GPISD, SkillsUSA is a really big thing. We've got hundreds of students competing, like maybe like 200 plus make it to state each year, and at least 50 make it to nationals. So SkillsUSA is definitely a really big thing across each Dubiski. I mean, across each Grand Prairie ISD school.
That's awesome. Is it something that's new, or how long have y'all been competing in this event for a while?
Yes, so we started competing together in our sophomore year. So we've been doing this for 3 years. I actually started with SkillsUSA during my freshman year. So I've been doing it for 4 years. Trevor's been doing it for 3.
So SkillsUSA is not just reserved for seniors.
Right.
Like it's for all grades.
Anybody can do it.
I got
freshman
you.
through senior.
Freshman, so it's just for high school
Middle
students.
school.
Oh,
Middle school can also
and college.
Right.
And college.
Yes, there's a middle school and post-secondary division that are a bit less popular than the high school division, but they're still there.
And what do y'all win whenever you win? Do you win a medal? Do you win a scholarship? What is?
You'll win a medal, but it depends on certain competitions. The two type of competitions are the medals and the ribbons. But depending on your competition, you could get any other type of reward.
Right. Yeah. At our state leadership conference, after we won that, there were some representatives from like small universities that were offering us small scholarships to try and go to their schools. They were just like small technical colleges. And across different competitions, like maybe say, for example, like baking, maybe somebody from a baking school or like some sort of large restaurant would try and offer the winners some sort of deal to like maybe go into the workforce there.
That's amazing. So y'all, y'all competed in the search and rescue of the robotics side. So is there more to the robotics than just what y'all did?
Yes, I believe in total there's like there's mobile robotics, there's robotics and automaton technology, and then there's robotics urban search and rescue. And I think there's also like a drone flying competition. I'm not sure about the official name for that, but this definitely isn't the only robotics competition. There are quite a few more.
So what made you want to do that specific part of the robotics competition?
Well, mainly, going into this, both of us knew that we just wanted to do some sort of robotics. And it just so happened to be that the main type of robotics competition that our school did and was really good at was robotics, urban search, and rescue.
Very
So
cool.
that's basically how we got into it.
So
Previous students had done it before too.
Right,
So,
yeah.
So we would be talking about things that, like with the recent flood, like this is something that a robotics, like a robot could actually go in and help with things like that.
Yeah, urban search robots, they're designed to go into potentially hazardous situations such as earthquake fallout, flood damage, areas that humans would probably not fare too well. And our robots like these are just designed to swoop in, find certain people, materials, mission data, and swiftly get out without any harming any human lives.
So this is the robot that y'all took, and I'm glad that you sent the pictures. Thank you,
Yeah.
because I think it helps people to see. Well, you and I were talking about it, and like I think when robotics got real popular, it was when they had battle bots. And so everybody, I think when they think battle or robot competitions, they think that they're designed to destroy each other, when that's really not. Like it's expanded, obviously.
I would tell my friends, and they're like, "Oh, are they gonna fight and destroy each other?" No,
Right.
not that.
You're like, no. So how long have y'all had this robot, and how long have y'all been working on it? Does it have a name?
Yes, it does. His name is Jebediah Towhouse.
And how did it get the name Jebediah Towhouse?
It's a good story.
It was a whole story. In the beginning, whenever we first built the robot during a few trials, the robot was a bit not precise. It was rough, and so it'd be like, this robot is like manhandles the course.
He was aggressive.
And then so there was a character, Jebediah Towhouse, and I was like, oh, it's this, it's like this character.
That's awesome.
He's so
He just barrels through the doors.
exactly.
That's what the original one was like.
We named him. We named him that.
Oh, so there was an original version that was named Jebediah, or is this the same name it's always had?
Yeah.
Yes, Jebediah Towhouse.
And how old is this robot?
So, I can actually open the journal that we have here.
Is this part of the competition? Did y'all have to keep a
Yes,
journal?
It is part of the
Mhm.
competition.
Oh,
I
y'all
made
had-
the first entry on April 3rd, 2023.
Oh
So
my goodness.
It's about 2 years old and 3 months. So
Yeah. Okay.
And what
been
is
a
this
while.
journal? Is it just telling the story of the robot and different things?
basically, so
Yeah.
I'm the one who worked on the journal mostly.
And this is a
basically,
skills requirement.
right, yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
required by the competition. It's just basically documenting documenting the robot and the processes that we use to build it. It's got a bunch of different attributes. We've got many daily journal entries. I've got a bunch of robot sketches over here. Also, we've got CAD models and technical drawings that we made using SolidWorks, and then also just a parts list and a bill of materials.
We were talking about, and I'm going to be pitching something like this to the historical museum to try to get an exhibit. This is exactly what goes well with that, because basically what you're documenting is the history of the robot.
This is a diary of
Right.
inception.
That's right.
To now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Mhm.
So this has sketches and everything. Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all had to do this as a part of this competition.
Yep, it's required by the
Mhm.
competition.
That's right.
It's about maybe, I want to say, an eighth of the overall points that are allocated. So it's pretty important.
And
pretty
has
vital.
this robot competed in the last 3 years worth of competitions, or did y'all design this to compete this year?
We actually designed it to compete in 2024, our junior year. So this actually wasn't the first robot we made for this competition. There was an entirely other robot called the Monolith, and
Yeah, you should tell Jenna.
yeah,
about
he
that.
didn't really. It didn't really end so well. I'll let Trevor explain.
Yeah. Well, whenever we first competed in our sophomore year, we first built a robot, and the robot was a linear, and it was driven on like linear channels where we had our end effector, our gripper, and it would be able to retract, and it would be able to move up and down. And then whenever we went to competition, we did fairly well at district. We made second. And when we made it to state, this was where we really kind of had a lot more trouble, especially beforehand. We kind of realized that there was a lot of problems right beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But we were confident. We felt that we were doing well, and we got lucky that we were near the end. We got our course was near the middle to end, and our presentation was also at the end. So we had plenty of time to prepare, so we felt pretty confident. But by the time we run the course, our end effector, it got stuck in the back.
Oh no.
But we were
Yeah.
able to finish a quarter of the course.
Right,
at the
we were
time.
only able to drop off. I think we only found 2 of the 4 blocks, and yeah, we did not
Yeah.
finish. We didn't get full points, and that's why we got second place.
So tell the story, like set the picture for people listening. When y'all have to go to these competitions, you have a course, and do you know what the course is going to look like before you get there? And do you know the objective of that course before you get there?
So we're supposed to know what the course looks like. Like it's published on the SkillsUSA website in the competition scope, but often at district and state competitions, we found that the competition chair, the organizers, are not very organized with it. So
Okay.
usually, like for example, this past year at districts, we showed up and I was talking to the judge, and he was like, "Hey, so I've like not even looked at the rubric. So like, can you explain to me what we're gonna be doing today?" And
Are
then
you
I was
serious?
like, "Okay, yeah, this is what we do." And I was like, "Do you have a course?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, we don't have a course. You got some painter's tape we can borrow to set up some boundaries." So I gave him our rolls of painter's tape. He taped up some rudimentary course.
Oh my goodness.
He got an empty Dr. Pepper can, and that's what we were using as our block. It was so bad.
So the goal is to get this Dr. Pepper can to do certain things.
Right,
The
right.
robot to get
So
to maneuver
the
it.
general course, so it's supposed to be the actual course is supposed to be like a mock neighborhood setting. There's supposed to be mailboxes, homes, ramps, just various obstacles and hiding places for blocks. So essentially, there's supposed to be 2 blocks called ordinances hidden throughout the field. Now, these ordinances are supposed to simulate bombs. They're not actually bombs, they're just wooden blocks. But basically, 2 bombs are hidden throughout the course, and our robot's job is to go into the course, find the 2 bombs, and take them out all within the 6-minute time limit.
So y'all's robot has to be able to find things that it can't see?
Right.
How does it do that? Like, is there sensors on it? How does that work?
So, an interesting dynamic to this competition. I am the driver, and Trevor is the spotter. So, teams of 2. There's a driver and a spotter, and the driver is not allowed to look at the course, but the spotter is. So the spotter will be standing on the bound rounds, giving me standing on the sidelines, giving me directions as I look onto the course through a camera that's positioned on the back of our robot. You can see it up there.
And how do y'all control it? Is it with the computer?
No, there's a controller that we have.
I'm holding the controller right there.
Oh, okay,
Right,
here.
yes. It's called the T8FB controller and receiver set. It's pretty nifty. It's got plenty of channels for us to be controlling the robot. So
Yes. Okay,
Works very
so
well.
Diana's showing me a video, and if you send me that, I'll put that up in the editing process so that you can see, because this gives a lot of context to what it is that y'all are trying to get this robot to do.
Right.
Yeah, Christian doesn't see this only through a video camera.
Okay,
And this is him behind a whiteboard, so he's not seeing it live action.
Right.
I
He's
see.
seeing it through a VR.
Yeah, I'm seeing it through a
camera.
VR headset that I usually look through while. Yeah, so I get the first person POV on the robot while Trevor is there just to guide me in case there's something I can't see or something else that I need to be mindful of.
And how do you get points? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so basically, completing the course, finding both of the blocks within the 6-minute time limit without any penalties, such as like going over the boundaries or flipping the robot over somehow and needing assistance from the judges. If you can do that successfully, that's full points, 200 points. You've done it. But for say, if you do get a penalty, like if you do cross a boundary or if you accidentally drop one of the ordinances while you're carrying it, it would be like -5 points or something like that. So those do stack up. And then, of course, if you don't finish the course, like for instance, if you only get like 1 block and you don't have time to put the other block out of the course, you might get, say, 150 points or 175 points. So
That's so interesting. And so this particular robot, did you build it from scratch, or did you have any type of were you working with any type of skeleton to start with?
Like originally, whenever we first built our robot, the first one that we made was made from a kit. We have a robot kit that we have that we
Yeah,
most of our axles and our build plates are like from this standard kit that we use.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, our second year of competing, we started to use more custom parts. Like we printed our parts and designed them.
Right.
Do y'all have a 3D printer?
3D printer.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, we do.
amazing. Do y'all have one at Dubiski?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
That's
one that we
awesome.
use. It's pretty huge. But yeah, like literally right after we lost at state with the monolith breaking down, in our hotel room, Trevor's like, all right, I got this sick new idea for a new robot. And he sketched out Jebediah Towhouse up there, and that's what we've been rocking with since.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah,
So-
he's the real mastermind over here.
So what are some, like, I would love to see, did you document that? Like, is that a part of your documentation that y'all started with one robot, moved
Yeah.
to another?
The switch from monolith.
Yeah.
To the new
Yeah, we
version.
also we have a full length engineering journal just like this one for the
Mhm.
monolift. It's not included in this new one. It's just Jebediah, but there is one that
this one was
exists
just
at school.
for-
But right.
And so once you started with this, were you just constantly having to test it and then figure out where the testing was going wrong and like adjust accordingly? Is that what some of this stuff is?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Like when we were first designing this robot, things were going very smoothly. Like it took us maybe a couple months to finish the monolift and get it fully operational, but this robot was like kind of operational like within a week of us building it. So you're like, there aren't really a lot of problems. But then as we got into the design process, we figured out that there were a lot of problems.
What was some of the bigger ones?
There are like so many. So
Really?
Yeah.
There were a lot. The
The arm mechanism.
actual build process, it goes back 2 years maybe, but the building of the robot itself, just putting it together and getting all the parts needed, took maybe a few months. We were finished before December, is that right?
Right, yes.
We were basically finished in only working on it 3 months basically.
Mhm.
But
right.
the rest of the 2 years that we have documentation for is just all of the fine tuning after we've built it, just
Right.
fixing the issues that we find as we're testing it.
Mhm.
So, like, just almost like the construction of it was just 20%, just the fifth of what we really have to put in, and then everything else was just fixing bugs and making sure that it was consistent.
Right.
So, like the wood blocks that you're talking about, do you know how much those are going to weigh? Is that part of the design of the robot?
Mm-hmm.
So you know that before you go into
we
it.
We know the size of the blocks. We know how much they're going to weigh. We've got, if you look at up there, you can see that we have some compartments to store our blocks in. Those were designed just to.
Where?
Custom-
Right
yes,
there.
right in the
Okay.
back,
Here, yes.
So y'all had to create this claw basically at the end that was able to pick up something of that shape and then move it. It has to be able to move it to that square side on the side.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Interesting.
So yeah, and a unique feature about our robot is that you see our entire arm mechanism. It can actually rotate a full 360 degrees.
Okay.
So
And
our
how
arm,
tall can it get?
I think its full
24
height is like 24 inches.
Okay.
Like the project, the competition scope, it says that the robot just needs to be able to reach up about 9 inches above the ground. But
Okay.
we went totally overboard and got like 24. So yeah, most robots, they only have space to carry one ordnance at a time. So that's usually a big time waster for them when they actually go on the course. So you only have 6 minutes to get both of the blocks.
Yeah, tell her about y'all's. Is fairly unique.
Right,
On
it's
how
very
y'all
unique.
built it. I don't think there was any around at state or even nationals on how you did it. And people were there like, man, that's a great idea.
Oh,
They did that."
yeah.
So tell
Right,
us
yeah.
about that part because I think that's the arm is unique, and I think just the compartment space is pretty unique.
Right, yeah. So basically, our arm mechanism, it's basically designed to be like an industrial arm sort type thing. It's got four rotary joints. We have our rotary joint, which makes our entire arm mechanism rotate a full 360 degrees. We've got our shoulder joint, which basically allows our arm to swing back and forth. And then we've got our elbow joint also, which also it controls the second joint of the robot that allows us to move up and down in a linear fashion. And then we've also got the wrist mechanism, which allows us to affect the level of our end effector. In the picture, you can see that it's sort of level to the ground. But we can actually flick it down using the chain on the wrist mechanism. And of course, the end effector can open and close. So, right, yeah, our arm mechanism has a total of like four joints and like 6 motors in total. But like at nationals, most of the robots only had 2 joints, maybe 3.
2.
So our robot has definitely been over-engineered. As Trevor said, we spent like 2 years kinking out all the bugs, making sure everything was as perfect as possible.
And then, so how many blocks does it carry? Just the one? or can you?
There's actually another compartment on the other side
Yeah.
of the chassis, and then there's one in the middle there. So it can carry a total of 4 blocks, but
Yeah.
in the guidelines, there's supposed to only be 2.
Okay.
But sometimes at competitions there have been more. So just to be safe, we've got
encountered
space. So
situations
I just
like
threw
that.
some more compartments back there.
In district, there was 3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and one of them.
yeah. I believe at state, there was 3 of them.
Oh, state.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that was pretty handy.
So this is a part of which pathway?
The engineering pathway.
Yeah,
The
this is
engineering. And
So-
how much money do you get to do these kinds of things? Do you have a budget?
Yeah, like
we do have a small,
we were
a little bit of a budget.
So our advisor is given the budget for the competition, and what's lucky for us is our advisor does basically exclusively urban search and rescue.
Okay.
So that budget for
Right.
him, it's expected to be split amongst like a bunch of competitions, but the only people who compete for him are us and then the other teams who do urban search and rescue. So essentially his entire budget is for our competition.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, we've been able to buy a couple of stronger motors and a couple of different electrical parts that we needed, but nothing too
Mhm.
crazy. As you can see, most of our robot is 3D printed. So
That's pretty cool that y'all have that though. Do you just have the one 3D printer, or are there multiple ones at Dubiski? And do y'all all share them? Do all departments share the 3D printer, or is this just for y'all's engineering?
yeah, I believe engineering
Yeah.
uses this 3D printer. It's fairly large. Do you know the dimensions on it? Like,
Um
Well, Trevor printed them all at home first. Explain that, like how you printed it.
Yeah.
You had to change the material.
that's right.
That voice you hear is the dad, Trevor's dad, Christopher.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also our quote unquote sound engineer. Thank you for being over there. He didn't know that's what he was doing today.
Audio's still good.
Okay, audio's
Yeah.
still good.
All
That's
right.
I did forget to look.
good. That's okay.
But it is going right.
so yeah, before we started using the printer at our school, we were basically printing everything from Trevor's printer at
Yeah,
home,
just
which
at
was
home.
a lot smaller. Sometimes I would be needing a part to like add to the robot
Yes.
over the weekend. I was like, hey, can you print this? And then I get to school the next Monday. I'm like, hey, where's the part? And he was like, oh yeah, my printer is like corrupted. I was like,
So, yeah.
goodness.
In the
So
beginning.
Run out of PLA.
right,
PLC.
yeah. So it was a bit of a struggle with his printer, but
Yeah.
we were able to print some of our most fundamental parts with that. So
I think that people that have never seen a 3D printer work, because a lot of people don't. I mean, there's not a whole lot of use for it in certain
Yeah.
type
Mhm.
like
It's
real
not
world
common.
situations, right? To know that it could print something like that, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Because that would not seem like something that would be a 3D printer. How long does it take y'all to do parts like that? Like, how long does it take on
like
the big
design
printer?
parts, or
No,
to
like to
print
print
them?
them, actually produce
Yeah.
them.
Once you say
On
print, how long
yeah,
does that
some of the
take?
parts, like I specifically remember whenever we first printed these,
Our bars.
the shorter bars that we printed for the forearm of the robot, they were, was it 200 millimeters long?
Right.
So
Yeah,
the
something
shorter
like that.
bars, I could print the whole thing on my printer, and they would take 9 hours to print.
Mm-hmm.
But then the
9
longer
hours per
bar, we had to split them in half,
Right, it was too long.
and then print
Oh.
2 pieces at a time, and then like melt the plastic and put them together. And those took, I believe, 19 hours to print.
Wow.
Right.
And so we had multiple of them. So the whole process took, I would say, 2 weeks to
Right.
print.
And then
all
those
of
are just the
everything.
bars. And then you can see the shell that we have on our robot,
Those
the
are the
tire
longest
rims.
ones.
Uh-huh.
Right. We had to split that up into like 6 different parts, and each part took like maybe a day
Wow.
to print.
Yeah.
So
And then fuse them together.
right.
But the benefit of the printer is that you can design something immediately and then have it print exactly how you want it to print.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I know. I don't know if a lot of people realize that that's how SpaceX does a lot of the parts of their rockets.
Yeah, a lot of
Is
NASA,
3D
all
printer,
those places.
like huge 3D
Right, yeah.
printers. That's very cool. And then where does this robot go when it's done and it won? Where is it now?
Right now, I believe it's just sitting at our school, probably in our advisor's room. I believe our advisor, Mr. Harris, he has plans to like put it on display or something. He's repeatedly said that it's something to admire. So
Jebediah.
I'm sure it's never going to be taken apart. It'll just be sitting at our school.
Well, it's
or
not like
the
it-
museum.
It's not like taking it
Piece of
apart is going to
history.
benefit anybody if they're having to create an entire robot from scratch every year.
Yeah.
So when did y'all decide, like, what? How old were you when you realized that you liked robotics?
So back in like maybe like third grade.
Have y'all been in school this whole time together? Like always at the
right.
same school?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
We were
like
both
back in third grade,
yeah.
we both went to SHG, School of the Highly Gifted.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, while I was at School of the Highly Gifted, one of our teachers, Mr. Q, he was he was one of our math teachers, and he ran a robotics program called First Lego League (FLL). And to me, that at what I was like 7 or 8, that was just like the coolest thing to me. And I knew that next year, once I was eligible in 4th grade, I wanted to join that team.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Have y'all ever seen Sandlot?
Sandlot? You know, we were asked about that.
Oh,
We were
Y'all
asked-
need to watch it because
we were asked
You gotta
about
tell me. What
we
is
were
it?
asked about that movie
At
at
competition.
competition. Like we were
Yes.
just chilling in our pit area, and a team came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, have y'all seen Sandlot?" And we were like, "No."
Ugh, you need to watch it.
And they were like, "Yeah, your robot looks a lot like the robot from Sandlot."
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Sandlot is like a 90s movie,
Yeah.
and the whole point is that they lose a baseball over a fence.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so there's a huge dog back there, so they have to figure out a way to get the baseball from the yard into the other yard, and they use what is the name of those? They're not Legos, but they're metal.
Like Tinker Toys?
Yeah, but
Or
they're like
Erector?
erector sets.
Okay.
Yes, and so we had a bunch of erector sets. So they make a whole ramp, and they
Oh.
send this thing down, and they're in cups like a baseball.
Mm.
So the idea is that it
Yeah.
clamps like this, it picks it up, and then it's going to
Sling.
toss it. And so, but the dog gets to it. But you need to watch it because there's like a whole scene of them trying to figure out ways to get this ball over the fence. So, I mean, it's search and rescue, but for a baseball,
Right,
obviously.
yeah.
But the baseball was signed by Babe Ruth, so it was a big time
Oh.
baseball.
Oh, gotcha.
You need to watch it because that was back in the
Cool.
90s, and I just remember thinking that's a lot of erector sets that they had to use for that. But it was very
Yeah.
cool. It's very similar to what y'all are doing. So, but anyway, I digress. So third grade, y'all were doing it with Legos.
Yes,
Mhm.
first
Yeah.
Lego League. Yeah, that competition. So basically, there was a different course. Like the course changed every year, and basically, we had to program our robot to do as many missions as possible in the 2-minute and 30-second time frame. So instead of like driving the robot autonomously, we actually had to program our robot to do the little mini missions.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, not exactly the same as this, but we still did have to design and build a robot. There wasn't any documentation with it. I'm thankful for that, I guess. But
Yeah.
but yeah, our teams were all right. Nothing too special. We made it to regionals once, and that was about it.
So, but that's kind of where y'all figured out that you like to do
that
this kind of
set
stuff.
the foundation
Mhm.
for what
Yeah.
we wanted to do going into high school. So
Mr. Q still has that robot intact.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
The one that we
amazing.
built,
Mono
yes.
He said he still has a robot intact. That's awesome.
right, yeah. So basically, we did first Lego League for like 3rd to 7th grade or something like that.
Yeah, something like
that. And then actually, in 6th grade, this is when we like first officially partnered up. We were both in a program called Nifty, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
yes.
basically, me and my partner Trevor, we had to make a business plan and pitch it to some investors or something. So our business idea was to make a robot that helped out with kids that had autism. So it was
Oh.
called Brody the Autism Bot, and we made a little Lego robot. I was able to program it to be controlled by a MIT App Inventor app. So that was also, I guess,
That's
our
right.
first time officially partnering up with
Yes.
each other.
Mhm.
And yeah, we did all right in that.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but it also helps develop our chemistry. So yeah,
And what did Brody do? How would Brody help?
yeah, that's probably honestly our downfall.
It was a
He was
cool
just there
robot
to
Was it-
serve as a companion.
Was it better as a
basically.
concept?
Yes.
Oh,
It
I
was,
got you.
right,
Oh,
yeah.
it was a sympathy.
Sympathy,
Sympathy.
right?
Robot.
Yeah.
Yes,
There
yes.
you go.
Honestly, we
Yeah.
didn't really tie it too well into the autism aspect, and that's probably why we didn't go as far as we expected.
Hey, that's a good idea. You got to start
Yeah.
somewhere,
Right,
you know.
right.
And so then had y'all always wanted to do Dubiski? Like, is that where y'all kind of wanted to end up, or how'd y'all learn about the engineering pathway? How'd y'all get into that?
Yeah, well, the school that we went to, SHG, It was based in the Dubiski building. So
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
so-
Their campus was.
Mhm.
Yeah, we knew that we'd probably be going to Dubiski. That was around the time COVID happened, so I like dropped out for a year to be homeschooled. But the next year, my freshman year, I went to
Yeah.
Dubiski, and Trevor was there.
I got you. That was like the whole, like, don't y'all have a whole marketplace or something? This
Right,
the
yeah, the
highly
marketplace.
okay.
That was
That's
where
where
we
we
used to
were.
be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's now the College and Career Center or something like that. now,
Yeah,
but that was
yeah.
where we
Right.
used to be.
Okay. And y'all went there in elementary school and then you moved up to Dubiski. So how'd y'all
Right.
like it at Dubiski? Would that seem like how much of y'all's pathway was a part of y'all's regular education there?
So our
Yeah,
freshman
that's a
year,
big
we
part.
took like one engineering class.
Yeah.
I think it was like Principles of Applied Engineering or something. It's pretty chill. And then our next year, I think we took like three
Pretty chill.
classes,
Yeah, pretty chill.
3 engineering classes, and this is where we learned how to do CAD modeling and SolidWorks. It's very helpful for the robot. And then some other just general engineering courses. And that's also where we took our first robotics course. And that's when we really started with urban search and rescue.
Yeah,
Taste.
that's right.
Right. And then our junior year, we took 2 double blocks of engineering coursework. So that was basically half of our days was just engineering. And then this past year, we took 1 double block, our STEM practicum.
And did you graduate with any associate's degrees?
Unfortunately, no.
No,
We did get a lot of
unfortunately not.
certifications.
You
from
did?
Mr. Head.
What
Thank you, Mr. Head.
certifications did you get?
We got
Because y'all are
Got
going to do a
ours,
little
yeah.
ad here for Dubiski because I think Dubiski is a pretty awesome school, honestly.
Right, yes.
the first year you have us do the OSHA 10-hour certification.
Right.
Wow.
OSHA,
So they give us
Occupational Health and
that.
Safety.
And then there's a handful of other certifications that you can earn.
Right. There was the cybersecurity
That's in the
certification.
beginning.
Employability skills. Yeah, these are all like certifications we did freshman year. That was basically
Yes, a lot of
the
them
bulk
were
of
in the
freshman year.
Could
beginning.
you imagine being 14?
I know.
Isn't that crazy? That's
Right.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing.
Right.
And then
High school's much different.
Our-
when we went.
Oh yeah, big time.
what year was it whenever we started learning CAD? Whenever we started
CAD, I think that was our sophomore year. Oh yeah, sophomore year we started
Sophomore year.
learning SolidWorks, and we got our SolidWorks associate certification. So basically just a beginner's drafter certification. So
That's
we're
amazing.
certified to draft parts. So yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. So where are y'all going to college?
So this fall I will be going to Texas A&M University to study either mechanical or electrical engineering. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And I'll be going to UTA University at Texas at Arlington.
And what are you studying?
Electrical engineering.
That's
That's right.
amazing. See, we need what y'all are doing. We need all these things. That's why I love Dubiski so much. Well, I love the CTE program and GPSD anyways, because I feel like there's so many practical ways. And you're right, we didn't opportunities big time. Yeah, we didn't have any of that when we were in.
Yeah, it opens outlets for students to say, hey, maybe I like to do this. Maybe I like to be an
Right,
engineer.
right.
Maybe I want to be a chef. Maybe I want to,
Mhm.
cosmetologist or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and some of those things are really expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Going through cosmetology school is very expensive.
Indeed.
There's a lot of hours that you have to do, and so it's nice to be able to graduate with all that. So, so where did this take place? Where was SkillsUSA this year?
So every year the competitions are always in the same place. Well, actually, there's supposed to be officially 3 rounds of competition in districts, state, and nationals. For Urban Search, we actually had a little local competition because for some reason this year everybody was trying to do robotics urban search and
Really?
rescue. So I think our school is allowed to send 4 teams, and we had initially 10 teams trying to do urban search
Wow.
because of the success that we've been having
Yeah.
over the past
Got
few years.
popular.
Right.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
didn't have to
That's right.
compete in the local competition actually because our advisor already knew that we were OP. So
Yeah.
yeah. So there was a local competition, and then our district competition was hosted at TSTC Waco. So I don't know why we have to go an hour and a half south for our district competition, but it was in Waco. That picture on the bottom left there, that's
Mhm.
us at our district
Yes, this is
competition.
a district.
I
that
got
one.
it.
And then our state competition, it's every year in early April in Corpus Christi. So it's pretty fun. And then nationals, which is in the summer, which was a couple weeks ago for us. It's always in Atlanta, Georgia.
So, do you see AI being incorporated into any of this, in future competitions?
Yeah, actually, a part of our competition is a robotics test. So it's a 25 question test, which is general robotics knowledge and stuff like that. And I believe that there's speculation that in the future they're going to start adding questions about like AI as that starts to get more popular. But right.
I mean, is that something that they could go to ChatGPT like and say, "Please design me a robot," or is that why you have this to show like how you designed it yourself?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you couldn't just put it in because it could design
Yeah,
you something.
it could.
Yeah.
It'd probably be kind of
Perhaps.
faulty, but like
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
right.
That's awesome. Well, y'all are doing your school proud, and I'm really proud of you guys. And I'm really glad that Stephanie reached out to me.
Me too.
Yes.
She has claimed herself as these guys' PR person.
Well,
now.
she did a good job. She got you in the press, so congratulations.
Right, cool,
We
yeah.
are an officially a United States Press Agency affiliate. So congratulations.
So let's
All
make
right,
her
thank
famous.
you.
That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
So Stephanie will expect her cut of whatever.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
do. You can take her out to dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to be sending this over to the superintendent. He was very excited. He's new, but when the Media Pathway students interviewed him on the podcast in May, he talked about the competitions, and I didn't put it 2 and 2 together until now. It was SkillsUSA he was talking about because there was a lot of teams that went to SkillsUSA for a lot of different things, and I think every single team won, if I'm not
Oh, wow.
mistaken, from GPISD.
I don't know. They probably meddled. I don't know.
Right.
Or-
I think everybody at least medaled.
No, that's not true.
Something like that.
He said that because this year all of the teams that we send have now won at least one of their competitions. So whoever had
okay.
won this year had
Gotcha.
won this last time. So yeah, that's amazing. Thank y'all for representing Grand Prairie so well.
Of
That's
course, of
wonderful.
It's quite popular at the SkillsUSA competition. Just to talk, just Dubiski. It's their
Right.
Dubiski is?
Dubiski is.
Yeah, out of
yes.
all of GPISD, Dubiski
Yes.
probably sends more than the most
More,
teams.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine
That's
so.
Like over 50%.
Yeah.
A lot of teams.
Well, with it being the career high
Right.
school,
Right,
I would
yeah.
imagine
Yeah,
that
they
it would
focus
be.
It's definitely
on these
catered.
things.
Right.
SkillsUSA.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, good. Well, thank y'all so much. Y'all have anything else to add?
No,
Do
I
you
don't
think if there's
so.
some kid out there that's excited about doing robotics that they should get involved?
Yeah, they should definitely get involved. Getting involved at a young age, that would definitely help. I mean, going into this at like 8 years old, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but it's really just trial and error. Like of the parts that you see on the robot, there were some that we had to reprint like 3 or 4 or 5 times because I made mistakes, and that's just it happens sometimes, and it's gonna happen to you too. But you just got to keep on persevering and getting through it, and eventually you're gonna succeed. So.
Mm-hmm.
Failure's not an end. It's
Right,
just the
exactly.
beginning of being successful.
That's
right.
right.
Our robot broke its state 2 times before we
Yep.
finally made it to nationals and eventually won. So you just can't give up. All right. Sometimes life's just gonna throw these hard things at you, but you just gotta keep on running. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you don't learn unless you fail, and it's
Right.
that's not a failure.
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
just a learning opportunity. You know, oh, maybe if we did it this way. I mean, we didn't have audio. I had to pivot. You had okay. What are we going to do in the future so we make sure not to
Right.
not to
Right.
lose those opportunities. So yeah, you definitely can't give up. Keep persevering, and it's nice when you have partners that help you.
Yeah. It's so
So-
nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of.
That's what I was going to ask y'all. Are all of the competitions partnerships, or are there teams, or with robotics? How does that work?
For robotics, it's mostly teams. I know for robotics urban search, it's just teams of 2. But
Just teams of 2?
There are a bunch of other competitions that are just solo. Like freshman year, for example, I competed in the related technical math competition, which is just basically a glorified math test. It was just me. So there's definitely there's teams that are just solo like that, or teams of like 7 with like quiz bowl trivia type events. So
Oh, okay.
there's
okay.
plenty of different options, over hundreds of competitions.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there's definitely
something
something
for
for
everybody.
everybody. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank y'all so much for being on. I appreciate y'all's time.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay, you want to hit stop? Just kidding. Y'all did awesome.
Excellent
yeah,
job,
cool.
guys.
Yeah, right there.